What's going on, guys? We are back in Honolulu for real this time for the race. We are now only 20 hours out, and I couldn't be more excited. 20,000 plus people race in this marathon, which is crazy to me. The Ironman that I did had roughly 1,500, so this is going to be a totally different experience. I can't wait. Today we're going to go check out packet pickup here in just a moment. After that, head to the grocery store and pick out some food for lunch, dinner, and breakfast tomorrow. And then after that, run through the gear that I'm going to be using for the race, my strategy, as well as my A, B, and C goals as far as times go. So with that, let's get into this expo center and pick up this packet. And we're back. We've been bibbed 970. The energy down at the expo center was electric. It's always great. Same as when you get to Ironman Village, when you get around all the other participants, that energy is just electric, and it really makes you feel like the race is here. Also, had to pick up some swag, of course, but I want to make this video quick, to the point. To be honest, want to chill out for the rest of the night, so I want to get this video edited and uploaded so I can focus on the race tomorrow. But we're going to run through the gear, the grocery list. It was a little tricky because I'm staying at a hotel room, so I didn't have the access to a kitchen, so I wanted to be mindful of what I was buying and not being able to prepare it myself. And then also the race day strategy that I came up with, rough outline of where I want to be for pacing, and then my A, B, and C goals as far as the finish time. So with that, we'll jump right into the grocery store run. So, of course, I just wanted to get a ton of carbs, lean protein, don't have anywhere to cook pasta or rice, so I actually just ended up buying 3 cartons of pre-cooked, which basically look like sushi rice. Gonna be pretty perfect. I bought a whole rotisserie chicken, just great lean protein there. I had that for lunch, big carton of rice, half of the chicken, and then for dinner, to be honest, I'm keeping it simple again, and having the rice, chicken, same sauce, another one of those Gatorades, and I'm probably gonna have that like around 5 or 6. I'm really trying to fall asleep by about 8 tonight because the race starts at 5. I'm thinking about waking up at like 1 in the morning to have like a peanut butter sandwich, so that's like digesting. I've read about some tips like that. I've just never started a race so early in the morning. And again, this is my first marathon, so like even compared to Ironman, you're getting in the water for an hour and a half, to start, and then you're going on a bike where you can eat on the bike. So this is just it's all new to me, and I'm figuring out what works. And as of right now, I'm gonna wake up at 1 in the morning, have a peanut butter sandwich, and then I'll also be having a peanut butter sandwich when I wake up at roughly probably 4 a.m., 3:30, 4 a.m., something like that. And that should take care of all the meals before the race. I'm going to have some coffee in the morning as well. That's all the pre-race. I'll talk about the during race nutrition once we get over to the gear that's behind me. All right, so first and foremost, Nike Alphas. These are my favorite pair of running shoes. Just love the amount of squish that we got going on in the soles. And they're just incredibly light, comfy. Everybody has to rock what they like. Socks. It is important to make sure that you have a pair of socks that aren't going to give you blisters and are going to go the full 26.2 miles. Over here, we got a new pair of Lululemon shorts. They've got a nice compression lining in here that you can fit cell phone, which I want to bring the cell phone along so I can take some footage and video and content along the run. So that was important. And then I'm throwing a pair of compressions under there just for a little bit more compression, because the lining, even though they have it, it's not really that tight, and I do like that compression feeling. We got Nike singlet, which in hindsight, if you're doing an event, wait till you get to the merch store. They've got such cool merch. I wish I just would have got some merch there. White hat. It's supposed to be really, the sun doesn't rise until we're about halfway through with the run anyway, so I don't know that it would have made that much of a difference today, but like the white as opposed to running in a black hat or a colored hat, it just seems to reflect the heat that much better. Sunnies, of course. And then probably the more interesting part over here, we got the run belt, which is going to host all these goodies here. In this bag, we have 4 of these electrolyte caps, sodium in here, as well as potassium. But I primarily got these for sodium to avoid any type of bonking or cramping. Then we've got some ibuprofen, which is what I always use during Ironman to avoid or to help with any type of inflammation. So I'm going to be taking 2 ibuprofen before we get out on the course, and then I just brought some extras along just in case. The circular tablets here, those are pure sodium, really like 1,000 milligrams of sodium. So again, I just had issues with cramping during my triathlons. These 2 little containers are CBD oil. This works wonders on the inflammation that I get in my knees. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it works so well, but I really get instant relief from this. So we're going to pack these along just in case things start to flare up, which I'm sure they will. That's one of my major keys, I guess, CBD lotion paired with the ibuprofen. And then these Cliff Blocks. So I'll show on my pacing, my nutrition plan sheet, that they do have some goos out on the course, but I wanted to bring some extra. I also don't want to be drinking all my carbs, so this is a great way to get some extra carbs. And really, that is going to be the full kit tomorrow. A lot less complicated than Ironman. With that, let's take a look at the pacing sheet and these goals. All right, enough already. I won't bury the lead. The A goal is 3 hours and 30 minutes, and I came up with a pacing strategy that I hope will give me the best chance of success. Again, this is my first marathon, so I have a lot to learn, but from my understanding, what I've read, what has been recommended to me, don't come too fast out of the gates. So I'll just throw up my pacing chart, handwritten pacing chart over here. And you can see we start off slow at 8 minutes and 30 seconds for the first mile, going to 8:20, 8:10, down to 8 minutes, and really working into the pace of the marathon for those first 6 miles. And then after mile 7, getting into 7:55, 8, 7:55, 9, 7:50, mile 10, 7:50, and then once we're 10 miles in, that next 10 miles is really when I'm looking to hit my stride, just settle in. I think there'll be more space. The sun will slowly be starting to rise, and we'll be aiming to keep as consistent of pace as possible at that 7:45 mark. Now, before that, there is that first gel station, which I think is going to be important to replenish the carbs. But aside from that, really from mile 10 to mile 20, it's just all going to be about keeping the heart rate as balanced and even as possible, using as little energy as possible to maintain that 7-minute and 45-second pace. Once we get to about that 17.5 mile mark, the second gel station is there, so again, hitting the goos to get more carbs in. I will use the aid stations accordingly. I want to make sure that I stay hydrated. Of course, that is equally as important. So how frequently we'll stop at those aid stations, I'm just going to have to go by feel. I'm not really sure yet. But then, as I showed, I have those Cliff gels as well that are going to be on my runner's pack. I'm saving that for around the roughly 21 mile mark, just in case we need a little bit more carbs coming from a solid source. But if we do all that up to mile 20, I'm allowing myself slower miles moving forward at mile 21, 8 minutes, 22, 8 minutes, 23, 8 minutes, 24, 8 minutes, and then those last 2.2 miles, a full 10 minutes per mile, to bring me in at 3 hours and 22 minutes, leaving 8 minutes of grace period in there for aid stations, maybe a bathroom break, really just a little bit of wiggle room in there. So this seems plausible, it seems realistic, it seems like if I can do all the little things, keep the train on the tracks, we can come in around this time. And if that doesn't happen, the B goal is sub 3 hours and 45 minutes, and the C goal is sub 4 hours. The fastest marathon I ever completed was after Ironman Madison, and that was 5 hours, but that was again after an Ironman race. So I'm really hoping that we can go 3 hours and 30 minutes. I'm going to leave it all out there on the course tomorrow, but I couldn't be more excited. I'm so happy to be back here in Hawaii. I'm so excited to get the keys to my property on Monday. And so, really, this training was not only just to complete a marathon or just to push my limits or do something I've never done before, but it was also to start a new chapter of my life off on the right foot. And I think we're going to accomplish that tomorrow, no matter how the time shakes out. But I'm going to push it as hard as possible to leave it all on the table, and we'll let the chips fall where they may. With that, everyone, that is it for this episode. I'm going to get editing, get this posted tonight, enjoy some dinner, and hopefully fall asleep around like 8 o'clock or so I can be up at about 3:30, 4 o'clock to do this race. All right, everybody. The next video will be the race video, which I'll just be bringing my phone with me and shooting all day on race day, and then we'll have a race recap video after that. Till next time, peace.